I respect everybody until they earn my disrespect. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the George Zimmerman trial, but it's kind of hard not to. This is all the news all of a sudden wants to cover. All the news you see now, there's nothing about Benghazi. I hardly hear whispers about the NSA. I don't hear anything about Fast and Furious. All of these things just seem to, disappear. Nothing about the IRS. Isn't that funny? All of a sudden these big, huge, the biggest scandals ever in our government's history happening all at once. And all of a sudden these stories just disappear on the back burner to George Zimmerman's trial. They turn around the pundits, the talking heads, and they're going to blame it on you and I as far as what is on the news. I don't ever remember anybody asking me what I wanted to hear on the news tonight. But yet they put it out in front of us. They're the ones that highlight certain stories or don't highlight certain stories. It's the news and the editor. Why don't you start finding out who works for the news stations and then is married to somebody in the White House? Or works for that news station and has a brother that works in the White House? These connections are scary. And if you understood them, then you would know why certain stories just all of a sudden disappear. And remember, do you remember North Korea? That's all we heard for like 2 weeks straight. Oh boy, oh my goodness, the North Korea, blah blah. Yet we haven't heard a single solitary word about Fukushima in how long? This place has been dumping just millions and millions of radiated water back into the ocean after they use it to cool off these molten cores. Of course they're not going to tell you that. The news is the one that either tells you stories or don't. So back to Trayvon. Everybody knows, sees what is happening in this trial. This is a joke, and it's pretty much a travesty. There never should have been any charges brought. Anybody that I talk to says that. But yet, we have Facebook pages, entire Facebook pages, dedicated to kill Zimmerman. That's the name of the page. Look it up. I reported the page. You know what they told me? Nah, we don't gotta remove it. Now, this page is full of nothing but threats against George Zimmerman. That's not the only page. There's many more. Yeah. I think there's 4 of them. Yeah, dedicated to killing Whitey if George Zimmerman gets off. Where are the arrests? Where's the Department of Justice? Aren't they supposed to go after these people? Where's Holder? Not a word from him. Not a word from the father that would look like Trayvon. Not a word from him. Telling the animals to stay on the porch instead of going and rioting over a jury verdict that has absolutely nothing to do with them. Not a word. This isn't by design? What do you think is going to happen when that jury comes back? George Zimmerman's not guilty. We have actual Facebook pages dedicated to kill Zimmerman now. Try to think about this just a little bit. They are openly threatening, and nobody's doing anything about it. They're not being arrested for inciting riots. This is basically what Jamie Foxx did at the BET Awards. He invited riots if Zimmerman's found not guilty. He should be arrested. Not only that, but Facebook is obviously implicit in this. This is the truth. This is, I think, the very proof that Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, is working with OBUNGHOLE. Remember the millions in taxes he got a break from? Any, you know, Patriot page you go to on, Facebook, you join a group, you'll see all of these trolls all over the place. Now, usually you don't like somebody's comments. It's very easy to block them. No big deal. These trolls, you can't. You cannot block them. And if you say anything even halfway disparaging, like I called OBUNGHOLE an illegal alien camel fornicator, and I got barred. I got blocked for 24 hours for that comment. Yet, you can have an entire group, an entire page dedicated to kill Zimmerman. Is that not the proof for you people that Mark Zuckerberg and fascist book is working with OBUNGHOLE and his administration and the NSA to look and watch and take names? Yep. So, when Zimmerman comes back not guilty, as he's going to, anybody that watches it, anybody that has an analytical mind and saw the evidence, because the only evidence that needs to be presented in that court is that George Zimmerman's life, in his eyes, was at risk. If he felt threatened, he was constitutionally guaranteed the right to use bodily, deadly force to save his own. Case closed. That's what the case is about. I shouldn't have followed him. I shouldn't have done that. No. Sorry, people. All it boils down to is whether Zimmerman felt that his life was in danger as that kid was pounding his head on the concrete, as proven by facts. Broken nose, lacerations to the back of the head that didn't come from grass. Case closed. But yet they're dragging it out to a trial, and they're making it very public. As I said, no other news now dominates the stories, do they? The whole hour is dedicated to Trayvon and Zimmerman. Don't hear about Benghazi. Don't hear about the IRS. Don't hear about the NSA. It's all by design. So when the little animals come off the porch to riot, because in my eyes, if you come off the porch just to destroy other people's property, to vandalize, to get retribution for Trayvon, yes, you're no better than an animal. You have not thought anything through at all. Because, as I said, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect me personally at all. But yet all of this racial tension is getting stirred up by the president himself. The president. The illegal alien Muslim usurper in our White House. All of this discourse that is coming down has been by design. Because once these riots break out, and they're going to make sure they do, martial law will be enacted. OBUNGHOLE will be a dictator. The Constitution will be suspended. You will have no rights, as if we have any now. Well, they had a right to look in your emails. They have a right to listen to you. They have a right. No, they don't. Not even when they're fighting terrorism, they don't. They have to find their way around the Constitution to fight terrorism. They don't get to just throw it away wholesale when they want. Secret this and secret that. NDNA. Or NDAA. Now it's an indefinite detention for American citizens. No explanation. Don't gotta tell anybody. You can disappear in the middle of the night. This is now law? Are you people out of your minds? Are you paying attention? They can just come in the middle of the night and take you away. Martial law is about to come down on the United States. We have Russian troops being requested by OBUNGHOLE. Russian troops on United States soil. Oh, it's just training. It's just... Are you kidding me? No, they don't belong on soil at all. Unconstitutional. They shouldn't be here. Nobody's paying attention. This is going to bring down martial law. This is the event that OBUNGHOLE has been salivating over. A little test in Boston when a whole town went under siege, had people being yanked from their own homes. Where was the uproar? Where was the... Boston of all towns. Where was the uproar? And they did it again. Where was the uproar? Nope. Complacent citizens are now being programmed that they gotta come in your house, they gotta come in your house. This is now a police state, ladies and gentlemen. We better start locking arms and standing together. You're on a list. They so much as told us. We're on a list. They already got the information compiled. If you think they haven't been doing this all along, let me show you my tinfoil hat, because I know they have. As for the past 5 years, I've known that we have an illegal alien Muslim in our White House. I look at the information myself. I look it up myself. I digest it myself. I look up the other debunkings also. I want to know what I'm reading is the truth. But when I can sit there and laughingly debunk the debunkers, I know the truth. I can tell you aspects of the OBUNGHOLE case that you people have no clue about. How could he have newspaper clippings announcing his birth? Here's a little thing none of yous know, but I do. You look into the case. You look into it. Because, you see, the microfilm that shit is stored on, that newspaper, or they put them on a roll, it's microfilm, you put it up, you see it on the screen. Why was the box of microfilm rolls for all those years the only two that had anything about OBUNGHOLE on them were white instead of black to match the rest of the set? Little anomaly there nobody knew about. What does that mean? To me, my tinfoil hat, somebody in their haste forgot to put the microfilm back onto the black roll when they were done manipulating it to slip in OBUNGHOLE's announcement in the supposed newspaper then. It was all a lie. It was all a farce. The whole thing. Look into it. Little anomaly not too many people know about. But you see, I have read everything about this. 5 years I've known. About time people started waking up. If they have that kind of balls, if they have that kind of depth to put somebody in the White House that's not even an American citizen and is a proven narcissistic, egotistical liar, all your rates aren't going to go up, they're going to go down. Affordable health care, it's affordable. Who can afford this shit? You got to look into it, ladies and gentlemen, and I think we better prepare for martial law. Because I think it's coming. And I think this is the event that's going to set it off. OBUNGHOLE's been salivating. He's just been waiting. Elections get suspended. Constitution gets suspended. It'll be the perfect opportunity. Why do you think they've been doing nothing about this? Nothing about the threats? Are you kidding me? Could you imagine if I started a page that said kill Blackie? I would be arrested before the night was out. Before the morning came, before the sun came up, I would be arrested. We need to do something about this, ladies and gentlemen, because it's coming. Keep an eye on you and yours. And you have every right to protect yourself by any means necessary. An unconstitutional law is no law at all. God bless America. God bless us all.